What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLB Games coming at you with another cool video in Planet Coaster 2. So we're back here in our dark ride, and this will be the final episode actually for this little mini series. And we're basically just going to be doing queue line and exterior of the building because we basically have the inside complete as of right now. So yay! So. Basically what we start off is basically just squaring off the paths and just kind of getting the idea and the basic shape for the building. I didn't go like too extensive or too crazy theming in the for the theming for the queue line because I mainly wanted to focus more on the ride elements, and I'm not putting anything too crazy efforts into this queue line, mostly because it's not going to be for a park. And once we get into like our main projects and stuff, I think I will definitely look at queue line building a little bit closer and actually focus on those a little bit more once we get to that point. So yeah, so these are basically just going to be like hallways with using the mythology theme and like the wall sets and like the torches, the flags, the everything that we've kind of seen in this build already. So yeah, so it's not going to be anything too special, and this is probably out of all of them going to be definitely the most boring episode out of all of them. I did have like multiple clips just placed together here, trying to get this as a couple of different days of recording. Thrown together mostly because of time restraints and everything, but I did want to make sure that I made the last episode for now, because it makes sense that I didn't want to do another episode of just finishing up the exterior and stuff. I could have done probably a little bit more with the exterior, but the main show building, the big part, the big building, is going to be, left pretty plain, and I wanted to add also some stuff on the roof for it as well later in the video, as you'll see, and also just in general, just doing an entrance where you can't really see the show building, the plain part of the building, and just kind of have that entrance, so have that idea that you're just going to be able to see the front entrance from the front, and everything you don't see is the stuff that's very plain and in a way just ugly. So I wanted to do just some like good some slight backstage details on top of the roof, so like doing like the air ducts and some like cables and stuff like that, which we'll see. And again, just the queue line itself. The entrance is going to be, again, not anything too special here, but it is where we're at right now. So at the end of this video, you guys will also see a final cut of the POV once again. I think we did in the last episode as well, but it will be a final cut with everything pretty much done. So. Yeah. So as you can see, we're just placing again a lot of the flags and like support pillars and just basically filling it in. Again, I didn't want to do too much effort into this queue line. The interior did become quite dark as well, which is actually really cool. So going into this entrance a little bit, I decided to put it up some like little fences and some statues, and just kind of filling it in, and I just wanted to make something look a little bit decent for this entrance. So it has just a nice little place to enter the queue, and of course the exit had to have a little bit of something as well. It was a little bit of a chore to try and get everything completely covered in this queue, and just trying to make it look somewhat nice, because I had to like kind of box everything in and then put like an outside layer to kind of enclose all of that as well, just to kind of make it look a little bit better and not like super complicated like it is at the beginning here, because I just wanted to enclose everything that we had in the queue and then just kind of build around that to kind of close it all up. I have to say I'm really enjoying the fact that we have wall pieces that are non-grid based. So we have all those walls and they have non-grid based pieces now, which is a huge win by Frontier, by the way, and they've been very useful pieces because now we can really get precise where we want to put our wall pieces. And I still use a good combination of grid pieces and non-grid pieces, but for the most part, I ended up using the non-grid wall pieces for most of it, because it's just a little bit easier to get exactly where you need it, and you don't have to worry about snapping, and kind of get it exactly where you want it, for sure. So, yeah, I had to do for these like big, larger sections. I think it was a good idea just to put in some large windows. So I did put in some windows, which you'll see here in a little bit. We just placed some huge windows on the walls to kind of fill in those areas that would be visible to guests and everything. So I kind of wanted to enclose the pathway too. So if you're looking down from first person in the pathway, you see very minimal, if at all, of the big show building behind the big facade entrance, you know. And I could have built more onto it, but I didn't want to go too crazy with this build. Again, if it was like one of my big park projects, I probably would, but means that the main part of this ride is going to be the interior, and the big idea was to just create a good interior for the ride and just kind of get my feet wet for dark ride building in general, because it's something I do want to improve at, creating those story elements and everything for these awesome rides. So because we have a lot of dark rides I do want to build in my main part of the park, or my main park that I'm going to do, we're going to have multiple dark rides in that park. So I want to make sure that my building skills for dark rides is on par of where I want it. I'm going to be putting a lot of effort into those builds though, and they're going to probably take me quite a lot more time than what this build ended up taking me. But I just wanted to get familiarize myself with kind of like the new mechanics with dark interiors and stuff, because I did learn some good stuff, and it could be fixed later on. But again, there are some light spots if you have a very large building. So I think the best move to for your interior buildings is to separate them with sections with walls. So have all of your sections be kind of cut off, and make sure that your sections aren't too big where the light will shine through, because it's when your building becomes a little bit big is when the light starts to shine through. But if you do like individual, kind of like if you do like individual rooms or sections of your dark ride and just close them off on the inside, so you have different sections, you should be good to go for the dark interiors, and they should work perfectly fine. It's just if you have a room that is huge, where you have to kind of manage that a little bit. So yeah, so when you're building your scenes and everything, just go ahead and probably enclose everything in that scene. That way you can guarantee that you will have those dark interiors. I think it might just be a little bit of a render distance bug and everything. I think since the update, it has gotten a little bit better. I think it isn't perfect still, but it did get a little improved from what it was before. So that is a really good positive, and hopefully that means maybe in the future they will completely get that figured out. But overall, it's not a huge deal. It just, I'm glad that I kind of used this build as a testing ground for dark rides. So that's what I'm honestly happy about, because it just means I know for when I make my next dark ride, I know exactly what I need to do to ensure that I'm going to get the results that I want. So that's why it's very important to do like these small builds and stuff for those that, before you do like your large projects and everything. So, but yeah, that's gonna about do it for this episode, guys. Stay tuned for the POV here at the end, and make sure you comment, like, subscribe for more amazing content like this. And then, of course, I'm gonna see you guys in the next live stream or video, whichever it may be. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, and goodbye.